Hey trader, Shane from GMT Futures and FX. Welcome. What I'm going to do is take you through today a bit of a look at gold system number 7, and this is the strategy that's made about 27k since July 2012 per single lot. So we're going to move fairly quickly through this. What I want to do is basically touch on the 3 critical elements to tracking your automation. So making sure that you've got these 3 very important parts to your automation or your automated system to ensure that you maintain a positive result on your automation. So let's jump in and get started straight away. So the 3 key things or components that your automated trading system should have. The first one is a good reward to risk. We need to make sure that we've at least got a 2 to 1 or better on our reward to risk. Now, the reason why we want that is because if our system starts to fall below a win rate of 50%, then we're definitely going to need to have a better reward to risk to make sure that we don't end up with a negative expectancy or negative trade result. So that leads us into our average trade net profit. Now, when you're running automation, obviously you've got to take into consideration commission, slippage, all these things relate to cost of trade. So at the end of the day, we want to make sure that our average trade net profit, so the amount of money we end up with on average over every trade, is profitable. We need to make sure that that's not only profitable, that it's positive, but it's also well and truly above $50. So my benchmark there is an average trade net profit of $50 or more, and we're going to have a look at our system on gold to see how much that is. We also want to make sure that when we're looking at our system that our ratio of net profit to drawdown is at least 6 to 1. So we want to make sure that if our drawdown is $1,000, we've at least got $6,000 worth of profit. Ideally, we want that to be higher. We want it to be at least, like for me, I'd like it to be around 10 to 1. But that way, if our drawdown is no more than 10% of our overall account, at least that way, or the capital base we're trading, at least that allows us to have a potential circuit breaker that falls within most reasonable amounts of risk in relation to futures or forex trading. So it's very important that that ratio of drawdown to net profit is right as well. So we're going to jump in now, have a quick look at our gold strategy. Now this thing has been running beautifully since January. It's been running well since July last year, but we'll just have a look at how well it's been running in the last couple of weeks as well. So traders, we've got system number 7 here, and this is our gold strategy, trading on the momentum system. So this is on our momentum strategy. And what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to jump in and turn on our paint bars, because that gives us a little bit better visual of what's going on in relation to our strategy. So we definitely want to have that running where our long and short setups are. You can see there that our automation is on, and I'll show you that in a second, but we'll just have a look. You can see there the last trade we had here, a couple of winners there, a couple of nice winners there. So you can see that the automation has taken the short trade there, a second short trade there, and a long there. So 3 very nice trades there in a row, 3 nice winners based on our automation. Now I'm not really going to go through the requirements of the setup here. I'm more specifically going to look at, there was a slight loser there as well. I'm more looking at basically the overall performance of this strategy. We will at another time go through the actual mechanics or the methodology of the strategy, but basically let's have a look at our performance report. So total net profit is 27,190. Now if we have a look at our max drawdown, now that was one of the criteria we had, wasn't it? Max drawdown to net profit. So if you look at your max drawdown, it's 1605. So we've well and truly got our 6 to 1. In fact, we've absolutely exceeded that ratio of 6 to 1. The other thing we need to do is we need to make sure that we've got an average trade net profit of over $50. And we're nicely sitting there at 73.09. So this strategy is ticking all the boxes at the moment. Got a great average trade net profit, which means that even with our brokerage bill, we're still making enough money on this strategy. And we've got 372 trades, so we've got a fantastic data sample, and we've got a good distribution of longs and shorts. So all the boxes are getting ticked. Now, the other thing we want to look at is our average trade net profit. So we've got average losing trade. So average trade net profit 73. Average winning trade is 317. Average losing trade 169. So we're slightly under on our 2 to 1, aren't we? So ratio average win versus average loss. Ideally, we want that at 2, but you don't always get what you want, but that's really kind of what our benchmark is. We want to see if we can get that as high as possible, ideally 2 to 1. Not quite there yet. You'll see some of the other strategies are up between 3, 4, 5 to 1, but that's not a bad result based on the amount of profit that the system's made, also the average trade net profit and the number of trades it's produced. So I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, I'm happy to give away a little bit on the ratio if I know that my drawdown is so low. So look, as far as I'm concerned, that strategy is flying along beautifully. Let's have a very, very quick look at the periodicals for a weekly return. So you can see here January 12.20, January the 1st 12.20, and then the 13th was 19.95. So the last 2 weeks have been stellar on this system. And you can see here, if we go to our monthly recap, it hasn't had a losing month. So great start, January up 4K, looking really good. It's closing in on that 4270, which was July, which was our second best effort. And then hopefully we definitely take over the August best result. Well, that would be fantastic for gold. So a good strategy. So that's one of about 13 different strategies we run on TradeStation. We have systems on MT4 as well. So if you'd like more information or you'd like to see some more performance reports, and remember, the great thing about the strategies is they're running live in live accounts. So we're more than happy to provide you with some live trading statements as well. So again, thank you for your time. If you'd like to improve your edge immediately, shoot us an email at info@gmtfutures.com and we can get you started pretty much straight away. Thank you for your time. Have a fantastic day and I'll catch you on our next update.